hear that? She said sending black, sending love, and then, but not to that girl. The timing of my thoughts, Tasselhoff Barefoot entered my head. Tasselhoff Barefoot. What a cute little candor. So, I wonder what happened to her. I gotta find out. So the beautiful Lady Lorana, I should look into that more because I've been sharing her Tasselhoff news inside. It's fun, really good. So Lady Lorana, huh? I don't really know anything about Lorana though. What does she even do? I don't really remember. She's known as the Golden General. The Golden General. Interesting. Wow. Well, that's because of the golden dragons, right? That's cool. So, yeah, that girl is cool. So, okay, so I guess I might as well share everything. Might as well just share everything, Dragonlance, and how I know. How I know. Well, if you watch that video, that's like, it's like hours long, and I explain, it's like the uncut, it's me reading the story uncut. I shared like what the monsters, who the monsters would have been.
You can spare $2 for a bus ticket, could you?
I actually don't have it. Is there any reason to have cash right now? I actually need to get some cash. Actually, I don't. Maybe I should just not go out. It might be smarter for me to just... It's really important though. It's not important. It's greases. These are fun though. Okay. So, so the very beginning. So, the writers are from Utah. So it makes sense that Solace to their subconscious mind would have been Utah. So Zach Saroff would kind of represent Sarah from the Labyrinth and Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell. Because it's like the kids that want to go to a party, right? And then the location of Zach Saroff would be past the Indians and the corner of Wyoming. Because that's where they're gonna go, to the ruins and down on the pot. It's so funny. And then, so Raceland, who is the only character that, that's so weird. So the part I hated the most was when they come across, oh, that's so weird. It makes sense too, because they were supposed to go to heaven or haven, because that represented getting married and having kids for me, for Sunflower Drive or whatever in Highland. It represented getting a place as nice as the one that my parents had in Highland, and having and singing to my children and living again, but having parents that actually stayed together that were as beautiful as mine, that actually did what they did for us, which was like really lucky, you know, like other people didn't, they just didn't have that. I didn't have that in previous lives and stuff, you know. They were both really good singers too. And they sang us to sleep. And they were very beautiful. And so that was heaven, right? and the companions were supposed to go there, but that didn't happen. They didn't go to heaven. The staff, the blue crystal staff, that was representing like Facebook. But I guess it kind of at the beginning, because of the companions and the first series, because Amber's a little bit younger, so that it's kind of like before she was there. So weird. And so the blue crystal staff would represent just, I don't know, the party kids, the party scene or whatever, kind of. But it was like seeking the truth. They were seeking the truth because they weren't going along with, you know, all this stuff that people were expected to go along with. That's so true. Because we weren't Mormon. And so the blue crystal staff actually would represent more real crystals, and like which come up with Reiki and like collagen massage and healing and like the stuff that ended up being real. And it's actually just amazing, wow, important real, because the people were so barbaric. Their culture was so barbaric. The white people culture was so barbaric. They didn't know about the benefits of stretching and like all this stuff, you know. Like I went 5 years without ejaculating or whatever. People think that's totally crazy. But it was like the collagen massage stuff was teaching that to be able to perform better as a man that could have female orgasms or whatever that happened from the story or something, because you're, I don't know, it's from not getting it out physically, it would build up and it go up to the spine, and then it goes to the brain, and it goes out to the rest of the body from there, and then it makes a man more like a woman, where he like needs to feel safe, he needs to feel like, you know, like the story's more important. And then, but like the things that they did though, and there was real healing found there, real healing, like Reiki and these cleanses and stuff. Like this person, Xiomara, healed her mom because of the collagen massage and how it worked. She told her to do, she had kidney stones and she couldn't afford the operation, so she did Xiomara's master cleanser fast that was living off of nothing but lemon juice and like cayenne pepper and a spoon of maple syrup and stuff like that every day for like a week or something. And then she peed out, how they describe it is peeing out like gray stuff, and then she actually peed out a couple stones. Brought it to the doctor, and that was it. She was cured after that. So that was really good for her. And then, you know, I mean, that's a really big deal. Where people go to sleep, they actually will respond to that more. They're like, everybody follow that. You know what I mean? And then I haven't had a cold or a flu for almost, how long has it been? Like four years or something. So I mean, from that, maybe that has more to do with it than a lot of things, you know, with the people going for follow that. That makes sense, because that's really important. That kills people every year. That kills a lot of people just getting sick. So anyways, come on. So, Zach Saroff. So, Labyrinth. Okay, so Willow, or Mad Mardigan. Mad Mart again. Mad Mart again. He was caught as a thief at the Daikini Crossroads. And so the Crossroads Mall in Salt Lake City was where the thieves were. That place was actually run by thieves. You had to be a thief to get hired, kind of. That's not necessarily true, but the job I had after that at the parking lot, I got fired for like not being a thief, or like because I didn't steal. Like the parking lots were crooked, and so that's just crazy. Like my first day, they trained me on how to steal. They're like, this is what we do, this is what everybody does, just don't tell. Don't take too much. Really bad. So, interesting. So all this stuff happened. So, Boo Poo. I came across Boo Poo at Zach Saroff. And she took all the companions, not just Raceland, but all the companions, into her tunnel. After flinging around a rat, which would represent talking to everybody, doing secret things with everybody, and everybody sharing their secrets. When they come out, she comes out in the pillow feathers. She wasn't honest with me. She should have told me. So I met her at the DMV. She had a thing for me. I was really young and stupid. I don't even want to tell. But I mean, I was at the DMV, and my friend was there with me, and she was like, she gave me, I got her number, and then when I called her, she told me that I came to her in my dreams, and that it was like the hottest thing. Whoa. And so now I understand that. Now it makes more sense to me. But back when she did that, I knew that it was actually me that did that. Because everybody knew. We figured it out by sharing all of our dreams and then getting chills while finishing what happened in the dream. Because of sharing the dreams when they were together. I mean, I'm constantly witnessing proof that animals and birds and stuff do this too. So, anyways, so she told me that, and then she was supposed to move out of state and go to school. She quit, she pulled everything out of school, decided not to move, all for just a chance to hook up with me. And so I did it because I thought, she must be dedicated. She must be committed to me. But she was, okay, so she gave me an amethyst cross. And Coil came out with the song Amethyst Deceivers. And she wasn't, the people that I played with in Gowan Ring, they happened to be on the same record label as, like, what was thought of like the elite goth stuff, like Coil and all that stuff. Because it was non-American and like club scene friendly. I shouldn't have been like that, so embarrassed of America or whatever. Part of it was my mom being a flight attendant. But anyways, so this girl should have been honest with me from the beginning. She should have told me that she wanted an open relationship and that she couldn't do the mono. Oh well. And so that's why the book tried to warn me by making her a gully dwarf. Because I could have caught something. Isn't that weird? She was actually very nice. You guys from Utah? That's weird. She was very pretty. She was small. Very small. She was older than me, but she was the youngest girl I've ever been with. She was 20. And so Tasselhoff Burfoot, when I first came across her, she had a green shirt on and blue pants, and she had like a fuzzy out coat and like hat and stuff. And she was gay, so she kind of identified as a boy. So funny. She didn't do opiates back then. And she didn't handle people's things as far as I know. She actually did though. That's funny. She was the youngest of many siblings. And what she would do, what she was known for doing, she would do something like just like wear somebody else's clothes or something. Just like, treat it like it was her stuff. Both my sisters and Boo Boo were really upset with this. Boo Boo. Boo Boo is so funny because the letter B is warning. The letter U is doing it for yourself. The letter P is dreaming. And then the letter U is did it for yourself. Wow. Because she didn't come to me in my dreams, I came to her because she wasn't honest with me. She was sleeping with other people behind my back. Isn't that amazing? So the letter P means dreaming. That is so cool. Wow. What the heck? That's amazing. And so Michael Holman is my friend, my good friend. I absolutely love him. Loved him. He killed himself. He was older than us. He was a lot older. He was very ashamed of it too. I don't know what his deal was, why he would feel that way. But I guess it didn't really show. I didn't really know that he felt that way. But he told us, I'm gonna kill myself when I get old. And he did it. He ended up, so the high bulb took a high plunge off a building. What is it? The high bulb fudge eye? Fudge eye? What the heck does that mean? Oh, interesting. So the letter P is found there. So it was like trying to let me know stuff. I don't want to share it here. But it's just trying to let me know. Trying to warn me about stuff. That the coil called the Amethyst Deceivers. And then the Susie and the Banshees came out with the Rapture, which was the Amethyst Cross rising, which was like, take a stand for yourself. Stop letting people do that to you. Like I was being too nice, you know? Anyways. But I mean, I absolutely love this girl. I'm scared about sharing. That, like, I don't want to do too much. But, well, I mean, the way I said it was pretty true and real. It's not a big deal. It didn't really bother me. She was just being tested, you know? She failed. It didn't really bother me, honestly. Because, I mean, I don't know. I guess I kind of felt bad for them. He really wanted her more than me. And, you know, let me know that she didn't want me. And so when she finally told me, I cheated on you. I'm just sick of doing it. I'm just sick of being a monster. We have to break up. We have to leave. And, oh well. It was over. I cried and she hit me a bunch of times. That's okay. She hit me a bunch of times and called me perfect and said that everybody will hate her for as long as she's with me. And she just had to split it up because it always made her look bad. Now it makes more sense. Why she did that. That's funny. She's absolutely beautiful. She's become so much better too. She's really attractive. She's very attractive. definitely doesn't look anything like a gully dwarf. No, it's obvious. I was just trying to warn me. So the people that smoked weed the most, they couldn't count more than 2. That's funny. So they would synchronize as a gully dwarf. So funny. And then what else happened? So everybody went down on the pot. And then they went up on the pot. What the hell does that mean? On their way up the pot. I can't really remember that story, honestly. So, no way, they didn't go down the pot. They only went up the pot. They went higher on the pot. That's so funny. And the Draconians were there because Draconians represent illegal Mexicans. So funny. In Utah, a lot of the time, that stuff can come from Mexico. It wasn't California. Mexico actually really made money from Utah, especially the people that weren't Mormon. So, what else is there? So what they do, okay, so after the companions went through Bupu's tunnel, ended up coming out of the feathers, they went down the vines. What does that mean? And then, Raceland wouldn't do it though. Oh, because they were drinking and I wasn't. That's so weird. So Raceland used his staff and floated down. Oh my God. The staff of Magius. Oh, that's so true, because that's what I kind of did it for. To help me write all the time. Stupid. While they drank. Oh my gosh. And then we went down, and the discs of Mishakal haven't really been made. Interesting. But they would represent my sister. The discs of Mishakal would represent everybody getting all of their ambition, like dreams, goals done. We already made the plans, and we already set the course. We already found the discs. We just have to make them or teach it or whatever. You know? Wow, that's really cool. So, what about, there's a black dragon. Oh, right. Because the acid is the weapon. I understand. Because we've got white blotter acid, and it had, like, poison in it or something like that. Had, like, strychnine in it or something. Possibly. We don't know. That's horrible. And it trapped who? Wrestling. It trapped me. That's right. Holy crap. Wow. That's so scary. That's actually true. That's what happened. Holy shit. And then after that, what they do? they got in there through the sewer. That makes a lot of sense because we were caught in the potty thought zone. Holy shit right now. And then after that, we, sorry for swearing, I'll stop swearing. After that, we went up on the pot. It's so funny. So, your weapons get stuck in the Draconians because you really don't, they're really good people and you actually don't want to kill them. It's so funny, it makes so much sense. Oh, I get it. So the very first time everybody was robed and came across the Mexican that was injured in the wagon. Oh my God. That's real. That would represent, I'm talking about before they went into Darkened Wood. That happened. That would represent somebody that went to World -1. Yeah, we would hear about things. Nate spoke Spanish. They told him too much. And then, what else? Wow, that's incredible. So the talking unicorn would represent me making friends with everybody, maybe. So they all took a ride to Axaroth, which would represent going to Wyoming for a keg. That's so funny. It's so true. That's exactly what people do in Utah. That's like the same story with everybody, too. That would have been so true with everybody. It's like so perfect. It doesn't even matter if it's me. Anybody in Utah could have said that was real for them because it's so perfect. What else? So the dragon armies came after that. So who did the dragon melted Riverwind, right? And then he needed the staff to revive him. Wow. That's like saying he was the one who did the most, had the most damage from the most drugs. That would be true. Oh my God, that's so scary. My God. How dumb. And then, so the dragon armies, when we returned to Solace and everything was burning, that would represent the Pink Dots music, where they say in their songs, everybody's burning, everything's burning. Because they're not supposed to do it, or they get fired. get off the fags. And so, that was where the Draconians were kind of running everything. And that's true. And that's what happened. So, when the War of the Lands, so that's what happened. And then Kitiara would represent kind of an illegal Mexican or something like that. Because I was very attracted to them. That's kind of true. I was in love with a Mexican, and I did stay with her for a little while. And it does make sense that it's a, what's that place called? Istar, because of what they did to scare me straight, and the stock market was changing for me at that time. And then, wow, that's so cool. So that would be Tanis, because I got a beard, and that's so weird. So Tanis is like the side of me everybody wanted me to be. That was like legal and more normal. Not true with my mom though. The first picture I have, I hope, her face when I was looking normal was so funny. She's giving everybody a look like, ew, look at him. Look how his dad changed him. Funny. She liked me with makeup and stuff a lot more. I'm starting to understand why now. They just want men to do that more. They really tried. It's working more, but you know. Look at that. Wow. So Fizzban, where did he come along? So Fizzban came along starting at the Dwarven Kingdom. So that makes sense. So it's letting me know that the Mormons were spying more and they were more interested in what was going on because the people all wanted to grow taller, which represented using. Wow. Get it? Because they're trying to ban Vegas. Or everything like bad and not Mormon. Like what came out of my house, kinda. Not really, dog. So I can't really remember what happens after that part. So they went to Qualinest. Interesting. So they went to Qualinesti. Oh wait, no. Everybody got into cages. That's right, they got locked up. That's true, because we went to jail. Oh yeah. We went to jail. And then we went to Vegas. Because that represented leaving Utah. So we got out of jail because after we left Utah, it was like kind of normal, and we weren't like doing things like dealing drugs. At least I wasn't. Like all that stuff was behind me. The only reason I did it was just because I didn't tell my friend no. So That's so crazy. So Chronicity is Las Vegas, and that's where they went to go see the elves. And so they went there. Weird. And that's where, oh, I get it. That's where Lorana appeared. I get it. Because she's supposed to, because of becoming wanderlust and the idea of walking to LA. Because of Karaman is actually Care Amen. Because it would be healthier for us. You know? Just to walk across the country, that would be really fun. I keep thinking about that. And it seems like they kind of support me in wanting to do that, you know? That'd be really fun. Just get the companions together and walk across the country. Just do the whole thing. They call it Wanderlust. Because Tasselhoff Bertha gained some weight and she feels totally embarrassed and she won't even come out of the house. So, let's see. What else happened? So in the second book, what happened? So in the second book, they go to LA. And then they found out that Kitiara was evil. She trashed the whole place. So funny, because Tarsus is Hollywood. That makes so much sense. So that's where Kender found the glasses of true seeing. That's weird. Well, what does that represent? The truth coming from LA. Ouch. Oh. Maybe it's me trying to share. That was where I started. To share what happened. Or the Dragonlance thing, I caught onto it. Isn't that true? No. I caught onto it when Fork Girl in Arizona. And then I realized it more in Idaho. And she let me go. I let her go. From my perspective, I was ordered though. That was like where she went. Okay, now we'll find somebody else. Oh, okay. It's weird. She was like, but warn me though, make me a spooky video. Scare me. So I did. I'm talking about what she did in my dream. So the reason she was the Dark Queen of Kryn was because of the timing and in my dreams and coming across her pictures on her Instagram. She showed the same seat that I sat in as a child when I painted the Takasis figurine. Her name is Taylor, and so it's like Takasis. So the portal of the abyss would represent a computer monitor, and defeating her would represent getting more views and stuff like that on Twitch. Which Alex, my brother, would think is a waste. Because he doesn't want to tell me that video games and stuff is okay. So, and then what happened after Tarsus? Oh, that makes sense because I went there with my sister. Oh. When me and Jenny went? Oh my God, that's weird. Oh yeah. When me and Jenny went. That was when I first started Facebook. I had a new job and everything at Sandpoint. Wow. And then we all got caught in the dream. And then the rest of, isn't that true? That book? In the dream? So the world coming together to do something, so the dragon orb and the world coming together to do something about the dragon orbs would represent Obama becoming president. That's trip. What the hell? That's true. It was Obama becoming president. That's so funny. So why did Tasselhoff break it? This is stupid. All you guys to do is just fight over it. That's true. That's something you should do. What is it? The power to summon all the dragons? It's like the power of the government. Weird. So they didn't want to give it to Obama? I had all these people, representatives and stuff of the world talk. That's funny. Which one would Obama have been, I wonder? Was he one of them? I don't even remember the characters. This is going to be fun reading it again. And so after I read every chapter, I'll just have a little sentence, and explain, like, how it connected to what really happened. Wow. That's incredible. That's really cool. And then, and then, what else? Wow, that's so incredible. It's such a cool story. And so they all got caught in the dream, and then somebody in the South had to let go of controlling the whole thing. Weird. Wow, because Sylvanesti was in the South. Wow, what the hell? that's true. So I did live in Georgia for a little while. Everybody was caught in a dream at that point. Maybe because I was crazy at that point. What the hell? What about the third book then? What the hell even happened? So there was the stock market. Rasslin betrayed them all because they liked alcohol. That makes sense. They did the reverse psychology AA thing on me. So, I mean, I was with dragons. They're like controlling. I couldn't really. It's not like I was exactly free to do what I wanted. Like the Swans song said, "You're free to do nothing." Was a Madeline, is the church, the cathedral in Utah's Madeline, which is Maid Line, the Maid Line. The Maid Line up for you, Adam. You're free. The freaking song is about what was going on with me. It's pretty cool. Okay, and so what the hell else happened? And so the Swans are a really good band. There are a lot of golf bands. Made stuff, the main stuff. I mean, like that was pretty special to do, you know. Even Amethyst Deceivers warned me about boo-boo. The Amethyst Deceivers. The Amethyst Deceivers. And then, what about, what else? Okay, so I'm trying to remember what happens in the third book. My favorite part was in the beginning when he was with Kitiara. So Kitiara was Sierra, my half sister. Weird. I thought that Absolutely Fabulous kind of responded to Sierra and my sister for a bit. I don't want to say that. And the reason they would do that is because it's right at the Canadian border. The reason they would respond to them. Because of just wanting to get closer to us. And because of Fizban the Fabulous being the president of the Mormon Church. That's funny. And then what was and so okay, so he pretended to be with the dragon army that was evil. What the hell? So what would that represent? Nazis. They're scaring me straight. That's funny. Oh yeah, because Raceland got the black robes at that point. He betrayed everybody. That's so funny. Why? Because I kept using. Yeah. That's really funny. Because a Macintosh operating system came out called Sierra, and she was Kitiara, kind of. Not really though, because Kitiara represents other people too. Ouch. So who the hell would Sturm Brightblade be? Sturm Brightblade. Weird. I don't know about that. Nevada? The Sierra Mountains? In the Sierra Mountains? What the heck? I don't really get that. The blue lady would mean your lady. Your lady. What the heck? That's so weird. My mom's family? Weird. So, what does that even mean? Who's Sturm Brightblade? So Sturm Brightblade, I thought represented like, I don't know, a cool, maybe he, I don't know, maybe he could represent like a cop or something like that too, because a knight is so honorable or whatever, you know. But I kind of thought that he'd represent a musician. That was like super cool because he has a bright blade. So an honorable knight that knows when to use fire. Interesting. And he was betrayed by Kitiara? Why? Because she was doing her show thing for Democrats? Just kidding. She kind of was though. She's kind of using me as a show thing. Why don't you let him do what he wants? Everybody agreed with Sierra. And then it became High Sierra. the Macintosh operating system became High Sierra 2016. When the new Mayan calendar started. Wow. It's crazy. They didn't actually agree with her though. And she wasn't actually saying that I wasn't doing anything. What I actually did was and I don't really want to tell, but it's definitely not as bad as coke or meth or something. I got Adderall from her friend. I should have got it from a doctor. I just didn't want to be on it every day. They totally messed up with me because they thought that I was using something more serious. So the Kitiara thing doesn't really fit Sierra that much. No. Kitiara represents something a lot more. Sturm Brightblade. Never mind. So, let's see. I'd have to read it again to figure out what the heck where all that comes from, what it's about. And then, so in the third book, okay, so after Istar, what happens? I can't even remember. After that happens, it's about the guy, the green-chested man. The green-chested man. What the hell does that represent? Is that me again? green-chested man. Maybe the green-chested man. What's his name? Bertram or something? Can't remember. Maybe he would represent. Weird. How come he lives forever? Oh, because he represents the person that everybody wanted? The crazy person, maybe. Maybe he represented the crazy person. The crazy side of me. That makes sense. So the Dark Queen of Kryn was out to get him? Oh yeah. Because they started responding to me. Because that was when I caught on to the impossibly real synchronicity everywhere. Weird. That's so weird. And so, him and his sister, that's true. So what happened? His sister died. Oh, that makes sense. I understand. So my sister dying in the third book would represent Clody dying. Holy crap right now. Because that was when it happened. It was like she died. Because he was really close to her. And of course I felt like it was my fault. Because I was wondering if he was inspired by how I used to be. Into drugs or whatever. Just like what that story told. Wow. So he got this green thing in the chest. What does that represent? Like, and he doesn't grow up because he did it. So I guess everybody at my work or whatever on Facebook and everything knew that I did something. And they probably thought it was meth or something. And so the green crystal on the chest also represents the kryptonite on Superman, right? That's so weird. And then crypt on, and then it's going, it's harmful? It is. And then you know what? So if I took a bus now, I don't really want to drive. Portland and get a place right now. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm actually late. It's going to be near the end of the month. And it's going to be cold there. Damn it. It sucks. That'll be good. Wow, that's so amazing. And then Time of the Twins is happening now. so weird. So the time of the twins hasn't really happened yet? So what part is it now? Is right now Curie stuck in the arena because she hasn't been streaming? That is so weird. So Curie would represent Palmby? What the hell? That is so funny.